it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. Ooh. So I'm out here with my little babies. Be gentle. Hey. What did I say about being gentle? Hey, Blondie, stop it. So, Blondie is trying to be alpha right now. Cashmere's put up. She's still at the tail end of her heat cycle. Preacher and her have bred now for 3 days. Today was the third day, and so she should be done relatively soon. Probably, I've never seen them breed longer than 3 days. Back over here, Preacher. But now Velocity's in heat, so she's put up. I had a lot of people ask me how it is that I keep my dogs from breeding when I don't want them to. Preacher, you heard what I said over here. And so I just kennel them. You know, it's just what I do. I have a separate room for the dogs whenever they're kenneled, so Preacher isn't even near them at all. And that's just how we do it. But now that, see, during the time that Cashmere's been put up and Velocity was out, Velocity started to try to pull rank and move up in the rank. And now that Velocity's put up, Blondie is trying her luck. I had to get onto her in the house earlier. So, because Midnight is like not gonna back down, but she's also like not the type to start anything, which I really like. It's kind of how I am. It's like I don't want to be anyone's leader, but I'm no one's follower. And that's how Midnight is. Look at her. Watching what's going on. She's gorgeous. Do you skeet her, Midnight? You better watch her. I'm gonna get Blondie. Oh. I think Midnight baited her. She knows that that she can't catch her. But that's so funny though, how Blondie will like hide in the mulch because she knows that she blends in. Such a cutie. Oh, they just took off. Hey, cutie. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So I had some people asking why it was that hey, Liberty, Liberty, gentle. Oh, here comes Preacher. Oh, body block. So Blondie, quit. See, she's trying to. You see, she's trying to alpha. Psst, quit. Psst, quit. So anyway, I had somebody ask me why it was that I still rehomed. Also, if I think that there's a possibility that it could just be, ooh, look at that structure. Why I rehomed him if I thought there was a chance that it could be nutritional. And the reason for that is because, you guys, really? Midnight, quit. Psst, Midnight, stop. Chill out. All of you need to chill out. Hormones, man. So the reason why is because all my other dogs were raised on the same food, and yet he is the only one that actually had any kind of reaction. So that tells me that he's just, you know, I hate to be blunt about it, but the weaker link. Doesn't say anything about his personality or even his personality, but it does say something to his possible digestive system or whatever. So it's just, I only want to breed the best of the best. And like I said, there's no guarantee that it was nutritional either. It was just you know, an idea, because I wasn't able to take him in the day that it happened. Psst, get. So he may have had, get out of that. He may have had just as low of sodium levels this time. We just weren't able to get him into the vet fast enough for those levels to still be present. So it's just not worth the risk to me. I know that for a lot of people, there's always going to be, and this is the hardest part about being a breeder, is that you're always having to juggle your emotions and your bonding with an individual dog with what is best for your breeding program and for the breed. And there are always going to be times when you're going to have to say goodbye to an animal that you personally really love, but that isn't beneficial to your program or to the breed. And it's the hard part of the job, or one of the many hard parts of the job. And if you are a good breeder and you're responsible, you'll do it. A lot of breeders don't. A lot of breeders won't. They'll just make excuses and they'll breed the animal anyway. But me, I'm just at a point in my life where it's not even so much about me so much as I really want to see what I can produce, as far as how good of a dog can I produce. And I'm not going to know that if I'm making exceptions in my program like that. So if I really want to be breeding top dogs that are, really healthy and strong, then I'm going to have very strict protocol as far as who's allowed to breed in my program and who's not. So it's just one of the things that just sucks, but you got to do sometimes. As many of you know, and maybe you don't, I never kept him for breeding purposes. I've had first pick male on my next litter reserved for a long time. I only kept him because he had an incident early, and I didn't want for anyone to bond with him. I didn't want to have him go out to a family and have a family bond with him and then have something wrong and it break their heart. I would rather, if that's going to happen, that it happens to me. And it did. It broke my heart, but guess what? In the long run, it all worked out because now he's got a great home with owners that are fully aware of his condition and helping him, and everything is just on the right path. And so I just personally feel that while it was hard, it happened the best way possible, like the best way that it worked out, the best way that it could have. Especially with me even knowing, with Alex knowing them and me being able to know them, that they were very nice and were offering to let me see him anytime and FaceTime and this and that. And, I don't want to interfere with their bonding process, so I'm not going to try to step in, but I would like to do updates for you guys. So, and they are open to that, and they did subscribe to the channel. So he's still in the fam, even if you can't see him. And when we do updates, I'll make sure that you guys can. So just wanted to kind of, touch base on that so that you guys just can understand a little bit more about it. But ultimately, I have been, in my opinion, Preacher and Cashmere, they actually breed better males than females. And so I really want to keep the best male that I can out of my next litter. I've got Midnight, and that should be enough. I don't think I have any deposits for my 2000. Part of me thinks maybe I took a deposit for 2020, but I don't think so. But if I did, I'm not breeding her anymore past that. It's just, I feel like I've gotten what I'm going to get out of Cashmere. So if I do breed her in 2020, it's only going to be one time. So if you're looking for a puppy out of her, the only availability that's going to be left is my fall litter. And then if I do one more spring breeding in the spring, I'll put it up there, and that will be the last opportunity. Other than that, I should be fine on having enough offspring from them to feel confident that I don't need to be using Cashmere anymore. So just a heads up on that. I will retire her after that. If Alex wants her, he may end up getting her. We'll just see what happens. So, but we've got to always be, I like to retire my females while they're still kind of young. That way they get to be pets too. They don't just have to be on mama duty in a pack. Psh, Liberty, get over here. There's a hole over there. I don't want her by that. You're a good girl. What's a good girl? Who's such a good girl? Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. You're so obedient. Yeah, you are. You're such a good girl. Yeah, you are. Here, let me get you out. Oh, no. I need to cut your claws. Yes, I do. Anyway, well, I'm going to get inside. It's super cold, but I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I hope you guys are having a good night, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.